The girlfriend's going to be going to work at about 3:30, so I might mute for a second to say goodbye to her.
Okay. And yeah, now that we're going, welcome to Pow-wow stream number 31. With me today is the Hate Camel.
Hello.
How things been?
Tiring, man. I'm getting a fucking ass crack of dawn. Actually, before then, for the job. So yeah, I'm waking up like dark 30, man. Woke
Yeah.
up at 4:30 this morning, and that was me running late.
Yeah, those hours they'll kill you.
Uh, Not so much kill me, but it's definitely one of those things. Like, do I want to keep living? You know, I like sleeping till noon. So yeah, it's a shock to the system.
Yeah. No, I cut my hours down to 4 hours, 3 days a week, just so that I could get, you know, feeling back in my legs. Like it was, it's been kind of rough when you work that much on concrete floors. It's definitely strain on the legs.
I do have a bit of a luxury there. Like the only part of the place I'm working at that's concrete floors is the stock room. Everything else is carpeted, so a little bit of cushion.
Well, that's good.
But yeah, yeah. Although, like thanks to the coof and everything, I've been a lazy ass all summer. So like this is like the first full week of work that I've you know uh, organized work, paying work I've done in a little bit. So yeah, like I'm feeling it. Like it's like, man, I really should not have skipped leg day.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, uh,
Hey Shio.
mostly
Oh,
just
hi.
tired and cranky. Terry, to answer your question, how is everyone? Tired and cranky. What's up, Chia? How's it going?
Eh, doing that work thing, so
Oh yeah,
I figure working from home, I can at least be a shithead.
there you go. There you go.
That's thinking smart.
Indeed.
Did either of you tune in for the first day of questioning with the ACB?
I have
I
not.
watched the highlights.
I haven't caught any of that yet. I figure I'll probably end up catching the highlights and maybe I'll go digging back through to see if anything piques my interest from that. But
From what I'd gathered, she hasn't really answered any questions. She's deferred on, explaining why or how she might rule on something.
well, I mean, if it's good enough for the Democrats, it should be good enough for her, right?
Nope.
I'm
So
joking.
one of them, oh, naturally. Well, somebody had asked her, well, so we see you have a notepad there because normally if you're going to get investigated and undergo this process, you have a huge 800 pages of notes or something to refer to. Or no, she just had a single pad of paper. And so somebody had asked her, well, can we see what's in your notepad? And she held up a blank sheet of paper.
Oh, I did see memes already, so yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of figured
Yeah.
it was something to that effect.
She only had a blank sheet of paper.
She hadn't written anything
That's
down on her notepad.
Oh, that's
right.
that's meme magnet right there.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe not advised to hold it up.
So I did watch the Crowder change my mind earlier this morning, where he was back at TCU asking the kids to explain to him why ACB shouldn't be confirmed.
Oh boy, he's in the area, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Wait, remind me, where is TCU is based out of where? Is that the
It's
Dallas
near
area, isn't
Fort
it?
Worth.
Okay, yeah, Fort Worth.
So essentially, for context, it's like Fort Worth, Arlington, Dallas, west to east,
Mm-hmm.
and
The good
TCU is
old
kind of in
DFW.
the southwestern corner of Fort Worth, south central. Either way.
You know, I would have remembered that if I still had like a college football game to be playing on my PS3.
Sure.
Oh, I remember when I was a kid, I was on the academic team for my school. Not because I'm super smart or anything like that. It's just I had a fairly decent memory before I started smoking weed,
Sure.
and like you
Seems
would.
to go hand in hand, I've heard.
That's what I've been told. Yeah, but numerous times. But no, I remember like I would always end up getting the sports questions
Mm.
because I was the only non-egghead. Like, how do you know that? It's like, how do you know long division? I mean, I paid attention for that.
Right.
you know, NBA team mascots and where colleges are located because playing NCAA basketball and football on PlayStation. That's how I learned.
Right.
I learned more shit from video games than I did from actual public school.
Yeah.
I'm not bragging about that either. That's yeah. Public school sucks.
I mean, if you were to give me a list of, say, the entire roster of any of the early 2000s baseball games, I could probably assign 90% of the players to their correct teams.
Yeah, my friends like that with football players.
Just because I played plenty of MLB, Triple Play, EA, what was EA's game? High Heat.
I always played the show. That's
Sure.
the one that I played MLB wise. But
I just played NES baseball, so that I'm out of the loop on that one.
Well, like a lot of my video game playing came around in the age of PlayStation and like PS2. That's when I was really playing video games the most. Once my PS2 died, I kind of moved. I didn't forego console gaming entirely, but I just didn't feel like sinking as much money into it.
Right.
And then I had a PS3, and it didn't last even half as long as my PS2. I was like, "Fuck it, I'm going PC." So,
But yeah, kind of done a bit of both.
I learned more about geography from playing like Real Politics and like Empire, Total War Empire, and the
Civilization.
Civilization, yeah. But also I don't know why I'm almost spaced out on the name, but Crusader Kings 2 that I've been playing here a lot lately.
Okay.
I learned more about geography from that than I did in 12 years of public school. So, what about you, Johnny? You learn anything like any maths or anything from playing video games better than you did in school?
No, but I actually learned a law degree from 20 years of Law and Order.
Yeah. So, I mean, at the very least, that'd make you a paralegal, wouldn't it?
Just a bit.
I'm waiting for the middle fingers from Becca.
Yeah, that's what I was eyeballing there.
Right.
See, Becca and I have the same amount of legal knowledge.
None.
Well, I mean, I would imagine that yours would be more restrained to like New York because that's where all of Law and Order is based. You know New York law.
There's a couple California ones in there as well. So yeah.
Evening, Mr. Dex. How's it going?
Hey, Mr. Dex.
Howdy.
She didn't take the bait. Well, I mean that's good though. That's a good thing. We're obviously joking. We're a couple of idiots, and it would only demean her profession to be insulted
First
by
of all, they only speak for themselves, not the collective group.
Hey there, Addie.
Hey, Eddie, how's it going?
Well, I mean, how hard is it to take a piece of paper from point A to point B?
All right, you go ahead and dig that hole deeper, dude.
I have a feeling that someone's getting a shovel for Christmas.
I've already gotten a few.
Oh no! Like, I mean, if you were drunk right now, it would almost be a perfect comparison to like my best friend in college. I remember watching him try and argue with a girl at a frat party about why women shouldn't be judges, and his whole basis was Judge Judy. He starts, of course he's drunk. I'm stoned. I'm sitting there just watching, like, okay, let's see where this goes. And eventually he tries to like tag me in. I was like, nah, bruh. You're on your own here. Let's see how this plays out.
Oh shit! You heard that, Terry? Sorry.
So I thought it was funny. I was just like, nah, man. Judge Judy, she's legit. What's this about women judges now?
Royal bitch too.
She's like, come on, man, Judge Judy. I was like, that's damn good television. I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Right.
Oh, hey, Mr. Moo.
I was gonna say, hey, Mr. Moo. I was gonna say, if
Moo.
anything, I think Judge Judy would be a tell as to why there should be female judges.
One of these days she's going to get
She might
nominated
be
to
the
the high
exception.
courts.
I think she's the exception, not the rule. So I'm trying to see. It's all ACB on the trending. It looks like. What else is going on today? I really haven't been paying that close attention.
I do have a couple. I will start with, and it's not really trending. It's just something that is it is popular over the weekend, and it was Bill Burr. Actually,
Oh yeah, the SNL
his
monologue.
SNL monologue that you can tell the virtue I'm gonna call them the virtue signalers, because you can just hear the jaws drop of white women who have accused people of shit.
Well, like I said, I'm willing to bet there were more than a few white women in that audience, and he pointed to at least one of them.
Yeah.
So
It's like, there's at least one white woman in there that's just like, I didn't do anything. Like,
I mean, the only thing that would have been better is if, like, at the end of that, he just looked at him and was like, "Hey, it's a joke, not a dick. Don't take it so hard. All right? It's Saturday night. Let's have a little fun."
as she gets up and walks out.
Right.
I'm sorry, but I don't care about SNL. And even if Bill Burr's hosting, like, how many skits was he actually involved in? Honestly, you remember the host used to actually be quite involved.
Right.
Well, and from what was read in, cause I listened to his podcast, and he was talking about it. He's like, yeah, back in the day they used to, do something, but now the host just sits there and runs lines, and they don't actually do anything.
Yeah. Well, not like probably my favorite SNL host that wasn't like an actor or anything is probably Peyton Manning. Do you ever see that one, like that little SNL short they had of him with, like, he was doing like was it the United Way?
Yeah,
That was hilarious.
that one killed.
I mean, it was so damn good. And it's like if they had stuff like that more, where it was just absurd and funny and ridiculous, I'd probably go back and watch. But I mean, show me the stuff that's not political, that's funny. I can only sit there and watch, Alec Baldwin play Trump so many times.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like he's funny anyway.
Well, I wasn't saying the political stuff was. I was like, show me some of the stuff that's not political.
No, exactly.
That's funny. Because the political stuff, it really isn't.
It's tired.
It's lazy.
Well, that's
And that's what makes it
part why I
tired.
really, really haven't watched since early 2000s, if then.
Yeah. So, But yeah, I thought it was I thought it was funny because I was at work Sunday morning. Only a few hours after that aired, really, and like I was already starting to see like, oh, Bill Burr hosted SNL. Oh, Bill Burr pissed people off. Oh, that might actually be good. And then you tagged me on that clip. I was like, meh. Kind of get the little hand gesture. Kind of, sort of.
Yeah. No, I mean it was almost like a cutout of Paper Tiger.
Yeah, and that was probably my least favorite of his stand-up specials. So it was good, but it just I don't know. I think he's mellowing out. He's getting older. He's mellowed out some. He's got a kid now, and so like he doesn't get that righteous anger as
Right.
much.
Not the same as the Philly rant.
That's something that I don't think even he, the next day could recreate. I think that was just that stream of consciousness. Fuck you, fuck the Liberty Bell. I hope the Eagles never win a Super Bowl.
And they shouldn't have, except that my team shat the bed. So, well, that's another thing.
Hey, Costin.
So, but yeah, I love that. Fuck you, fuck the Liberty Bell. I was like, God damn, he's going after even the bell. I was like, fair enough. But yeah. So
What was it? 7 minutes of just non-stop?
12.
12.
He counted it down too. 7 more minutes. He's like, if you want to get up and walk away, fine. I'm not going anywhere till my time's done. You're gonna sit here and listen to me. My favorite bit of his is probably the Chris Brown Rihanna bit, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, there's no reason to hit him. I can think of like 9 off the top of my head. If you wake me up from a dead stupor.
Mm-hmm.
There's plenty of reasons. You just don't do it.
He had a good rant on IKEA. In particular, how, yes, I know, I will tear it apart again. Fucking particle board piece of shit.
See, I can't take anyone seriously when they bitch about IKEA, but that's mainly because, A, I've never been to an IKEA, and 2, I'd probably never buy anything from an IKEA.
They do.
So the fact that you did, it's like, all right, that's strike one, The fact
I mean, they do have pretty good meatballs.
I was gonna say I've heard good stuff about the meatballs.
I mean, okay,
Cheap too.
My point is, like, there's not an IKEA for probably 100-mile radius where I live, so probably closer to 200. I don't know. So anytime I hear someone's like, it's like, oh, got this piece of shit from IKEA, it's like, oh yeah, you're not from around here, are you?
And then there's yeah. I was just gonna jump ship, but yeah, I hear people saying a lot of good things about IKEA, but it's just whenever you hear about it, it's garbage items.
Oh, apparently Gal Gadot has reflected on the reaction to her Imagine video. She's on the cover of Vanity Fair's November issue, so they talk about that. Like, did you realize how dumb that was? Oh, apparently here's a quote. Sometimes you try and do a good deed, and it's just not the right good deed. I had nothing but good intentions, and it came from the best place. I just wanted to send light and love to the world, and it didn't transcend. Yeah, because you're all a bunch of off-key, no-talent fucking attention whores who are singing a goddamn communist anthem.
Yeah.
And this is coming from me, a guy who has literally played the communist anthem at least 100 times on these streams. Yeah, exactly, Pat. She was most definitely virtue signaling. They all were, and for professional entertainers, they didn't even manage that much. Like it was some nails on the chalkboard shit. And didn't that have Ruffalo in it too?
Yes, it did.
How many of these videos has he been in? Was he in the responsibility one, the black and white one, the Jesse Pinkman?
Nope, I don't think he was in that one.
Oh, he missed the boat on that one? Really? I bet he's beating himself up for that one too. Exactly, Mr. Dax. A bunch of millionaires in their mansions singing Imagine There's No Possessions. And they didn't even spring for some good fucking acoustics either. You tell me you couldn't afford to, send your assistant down to the store and get some like egg crates or something, at the very least. So,
Hey,
hey, Della. Yeah, I think that's kind of funny. I saw that was trending. It's like good. She she had addressed it. Didn't learn anything from it apparently, but she not a lot of reflection in that reflection. Like just once I want to hear them say it's like, yeah, I did that. It was, in hindsight, it was really dumb, and I'll never do that again.
No, she is definitely hot.
But then they'd have to admit they were wrong.
Yes, I see where the hang up is here, Shio. I'm saying wouldn't it be nice?
Imagine.
We're talking like an alternate reality. Yeah, exactly, Johnny.
Imagine it were nice.
Imagine if these people had some self-awareness. And like the last one, Ruffalo almost had some self-awareness. Like the very first words out of his mouth, like, I know what you guys are thinking. Ruffalo, put your clothes back on. Yeah, motherfucker, that's exactly what I'm thinking. God, I hope that camera's on a tripod or something that doesn't slip.
Okay, now, because you mentioned it, I gotta ask. For people who are vertically challenged, shall we say,
Hey, Pat.
that are men, not wifey, are they essentially tripods?
Only if it can hold itself up.
Yeah, only if the kickstand works.
Dead
Yeah,
end.
like when was that? When did they do that Imagine thing? I know they did that
March.
months ago. I can't remember when.
No, the Imagine video was in March.
Oh.
That was months and months ago.
Yeah, and they reflecting on that shit now. Like,
It was.
Well, no. The only reason why she's talking about it now is because somebody at Vanity Fair actually thought to ask her about it. It's like, hey, that Imagine video, how'd that work out for you?
like I said, it was stupid attention seeking virtue signaling. That's all it was. And you can tell because it was the usual suspects that was always in there and things like that. Mainly, like I said, if you see people like Amy Schumer, Sarah Silverman, and things, definitely if you see Sarah Silverman, you already know where it's going. God damn it!
Right?
Wait, was she in the Imagine video too?
Yes, she was.
Okay.
That's
See,
why
I
said.
blocked that out. The only reason why I remembered her being in this last one was because, boobs.
I was gonna say your ringtone was well timed. Like,
And because Sarah Silverman's one of those types right there. Anytime she can. Now I can't remember if it was one of y'all or something like that, or somebody said like if Sarah Silverman wasn't this crazy crazy libtard motherfucking things like that, she'd actually be fuckable. Yeah, I agree.
That was probably me.
I believe that was you and or Terry.
Yeah, that is true, man. If she wasn't this crazy ass, liberal motherfucker only doing it just to secure jobs in Hollywood, yeah, she would be greatly fucked.
If I didn't have to listen to her talk, she could get it. Yeah.
That's why ball gags were invented.
I never said I was opposed to that either, Shio. Like I said, if I didn't have to hear her talk, she could get
But
it.
I prefer girls like the one I met today, man. Shit.
What you got?
It's on Twitter.
He posted a pic, a chick wearing a Trump mask.
Ah.
I said we just passed by each other. I saw the Trump thing, and I'm just like, oh my god! Like they said, hey, excuse me. I said, you don't mind? I said, can we take a picture together? It's like, oh yeah, no problem. See because around here, we're used to like seeing people like where they're politicians on the politics on their shoulder and things like that. Yeah, here you may get dirty looks and shit like that and everything. But we're not Seattle, we're not Portland and things like that. Where motherfucker, you're wearing Trump gear and try to punch you and shit like that. Like
Maybe in Austin.
yeah, especially especially here, because there where I live, there are tons of black Trump supporters, and they walk out with the MAGA hats and the shirts and things like that and the mask. Everybody does. Like there are people around here who are wearing like the Joe Biden mask and things like that. It's like, hey,
You brought up black Trump supporters, and that reminded me of something I saw scrolling through Twitter earlier. I think it was Washington Post. Was it Washington Post or New York Times? But it had a picture of Twitter Jack, and it was saying how like fake accounts, claiming to be black Trump supporters gain, thousands of followers in a couple of days before Twitter can shut them down.
yeah, because how dare a black Trump supporter get that damn popular?
Got to get re-educated.
Yeah, obviously it's got to be a fake because there's no such thing as a black Trump supporter. Oh, they can't stand Terrence Williams, boy. I think it's Terrence Williams. It's of course Candace Owens and things like that, But Candace Owens is an opportunist to me. Then there's Officer Tatum. There's the Hodge twins and shit like that. There's Diamond and Silk. They cannot stand the motherfuckers on Twitter.
I was this close to actually going to see the Hodge twins perform.
Oh yeah, because they do be coming down here. They be coming down here in Texas. Yeah, a place like I think the closest is like Dallas to me.
Yeah, the closest is Spokane, and it's like it is quite a trek away. So timing it has to be pretty much like spot on. Like I have to get there, go to the show, stop off at a hotel, wake up at like butt ass early in the morning, and then get my ass here.
I think in one of their videos they said that they banned from like a comedy club in St. Louis because they got snowflakes working there, and so they were performing one day, and of course they screeched from the fucking rooftop. That's sad, man. When you can't even because they triggered me. Like what has happened to this goddamn nation, man?
Huh.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
I'll be
I don't
right
think.
Okay.
Sure. I don't think Amy Schumer's funny, but the difference is instead of bitching and complaining about it on Twitter, I just don't watch Amy Schumer movies
Yeah, for the most part.
or comedy special or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't even watch that leather special, man. I just seen like the highlights and all this stuff that everybody was freaking talking about and things like that. And of course, I think what's real sad about that whole entire thing, like of course, like hell. Wait, I did watch that leather special. Unfortunately, I had to watch it, through Steven Crowder's video. That cringe shit right there. Is that, despite it all, like I said, that thing did horribly and it still does horribly. But she got paid so much goddamn money for that horrible shit.
Isn't that the one that Netflix changed their review system entirely because of?
Yep. It got bombed, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought.
They changed it because of her, because the Trump supporters are angry.
Because they used to do like old school YouTube, right? They used to have like 5-star reviews,
Mm-hmm.
and then they went to the thumbs up.
Yeah.
And now I think they even took away the thumbs down, didn't they?
Oh, I hadn't looked at that recently.
Well, I don't know because, like I said, I don't have Netflix no more. Fuck 'em.
Technically, I don't either, but I still have access to it.
Yeah, did you hear that they got indicted here in Texas?
I did hear about that because of the whole cutie
Tyler.
thing.
Yeah, because of the cutie shit.
And now they're one of the CEO owners, some shit, and came out and say that he thinks that cuties has gotten a bad rap and they're just misunderstood.
No,
Let me try to dig that up.
They're not misunderstood. The thing is, they try to claim that they're trying to send a message and things like that, talking about excuse me.
Yeah, I'm sure Cuties is misunderstood, just like Showgirls was. That was showing portraying the evils of Vegas.
Netflix CEO defends Cuties film after grand jury indictment. It is surprising that we're still censoring storytelling. There's the Blaze article here. I'll paste in private chat.
I'm sorry, but there could have been a better way to tell that story. You know what I'm saying? It's like for instance, like what was the directors or the woman that was created the whole entire thing right there talking about, they're doing it to try to point out child exploitation, where it's like, you can't, you can't like let's see, what am I
16,
trying to say?
18-year-old. I mean,
Yeah, it's like you can't, like call out and try to like like we're trying to end child exploitation. You can't like do that by exploiting kids, You can't
maybe do
fight
a
child exploitation.
flashback scene.
It's like, you can't fight child exploitation with child exploitation. You're doing exactly what you're fighting against. You're the pot calling the kettle black.
No, but listen, see, I took the can of gasoline and I threw it at the fire, and that should have extinguished it.
Yeah,
Well,
that's a good one right there. You can't fight fire with gasoline.
I'm just curious because like I saw people comparing it to like was it Jodie Foster? Was it Taxi Driver?
Yeah. Or
Yeah,
no,
that's the one?
no, The Accused.
Oh, the Accused, where she played a child prostitute.
No. Accused when she played that she was a rape victim.
I want to say it was Taxi Driver, wasn't it? She played like a child prostitute,
Oh yeah.
I think it
like a
was.
12-year-old or whatever. It was like, yeah, but you didn't actually see Jodie Foster selling her ass on a street corner. Like, you didn't actually see her, taking a John back to like a back alley somewhere and sucking him off either.
Mm.
Well, yeah, I mean, Leon the Professional, she didn't do anything. It was heavily implied.
She tried.
Definitely wanted to.
No, but in the end, like I said, the only thing that movie Cuties did and things like that wasn't. Oh my god. Ugh.
It's like, well, I'm gonna reference something that SDA said for her book.
Mhm.
Is when they did their sex scenes, it was just up to the point and then done. It's like you all that stuff is just it's filler and it's pointless.
Yeah, that's how SDA writes her sex scenes. Like it's like okay, like I said, they kiss. He takes off her bra. He takes her to the room, and it's the next day.
Yeah.
I told the reason why I should do that right there because when people write sex scenes and things like that, they got to take whatever was going through their mind right then and there. So it's like,
Well, and then do you remember that the Twitter post is just like I hate it when men write women like this, and it's a bunch of screenshots of sex scenes by male authors like with women.
Sure.
My girlfriend, my wife now. That's gonna get used to.
It doesn't.
Well, she read me part of this book, and I started laughing. I'm like, "Who wrote that?" And he's just like, "She's like some female author," and I'm like, "She doesn't know how to write women at all or men at all." Because she's just like, and then she took the shaft and just rubbed it up and down. I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah, like I would never want to write a sex scene in a book. I can't even write a sext, so
Like,
you can't expect whole paragraphs and whatnot.
my thing is like I can write sex scenes. I just can't write right. Like if you expecting like the correct pronunciation here and there, yeah, it ain't gonna happen. But I can sit up here and I can write a motherfucker and I can tell a goddamn story just like that off the top of my damn head. But it's like as far as writing it down, like how SDA them be doing and things like that, yeah, I can't do that. I have to have somebody for that for me. But
No, I did see something that caught my attention a second ago, scrolling while Johnny was gone. From the Hill, Obama plans to hit the campaign trail for Biden soon.
Of course.
Being reported. It's like there's less than a month to go, and Joe hadn't been campaigning for a long time. Like, why didn't you hit it sooner? why you wait till now, Barry? Huh? Like, do you think he's got it in the bag, or is this like a Hail Mary? What's going on here? Because it would have seemed like he was your vice president, man. If you're going to endorse anybody, if you're going to be stumping for somebody, it would have. I would have assumed it would have been him a lot sooner, and with a lot more gusto.
yeah.
So
And I like how they brought in Bush as a ringing endorsement.
Oh yeah, Johnny and I watched the VP debate a couple of days afterwards, like after the dust had settled and everything.
Mhm.
And when Kamala Harris brought up, Johnny was waiting for it too. Like he had like a cliff notes.
Well, no,
already.
like I'd watched it. I had watched the second half of it with my wife because
Hey, you got it that time.
she was listening. Yeah, it's practice. Because she was listening to it through the Blaze, and I was listening to it through. I was listening to the reaction through Lords of the Night. So I was kind of trying to get it all together at once, and I'm as soon as it got to the point, I'm just like, "Hey, you gotta watch it. You gotta look for this. Just wait." And then he's just like, "Yeah, we have Colin Powell and."
No, it was just like she said that they had. She say seven? Did she give a specific number?
Yeah, 7.
7 members of the Bush administration, and that's when I was like, "Oh, fuck you and that war criminal!" And Johnny just started cracking up.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
He was sitting there like, just wait for it, there it is. It's like I can't remember a time in the past 20 years now. Yeah, 20 years now since Bush first took office. I can't imagine Democrats being like, "Oh yeah, we got all these Republicans on our side too." From the last Republican administration. Like, do you think when they were in the lead up to? I mean, they had a lot of Bush 41 guys in there too. I'll be right back, guys. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I thought it would have been funny if she'd have been like, "Yeah, we have many people from the administration." And
sorry, the audio cut out there. What'd you say?
Oh, we were talking about, this is not important about who is who. It's like, oh, you didn't catch that? Oh, on to the next topic. Like, it just would have been. So let's see. On to the next one. With Donald Trump's tweet of Happy Columbus Day to all. Followed almost immediately by Mrs. Krasenstein. Or Mr. Krasenstein's body shield. Happy Indigenous Peoples Day. And I think I'm with Campbell on this when we say it just should be, oh shit, the bank's closed day.
Basically.
Because I honestly, I don't know anyone who celebrates Christopher Columbus. Like, regardless of the inaccuracies of whichever stories are being told about.
As long as I can remember, it's always been the bank is closed day.
Exactly.
So, I mean, nobody around here is like, oh, like Happy Columbus Day. No real big celebration. It's just usually somebody shows up, usually me, to go and conduct some kind of business and realizes, hey, the door's locked. What the fuck's going on? Oh, yeah, it's that day again. Okay.
So I had mentioned after you retweeted me, you quote tweeted and reminded me it was Columbus Day, which I actually forgot.
That's the thing. Like, I didn't even remember it was Columbus Day until I saw that tweet. I was like, oh, it's that time of year again. Hey, Johnny.
Let's see. There are people who pointed out that he murdered millions of indigenous people. And
did he? He murdered millions of people? Really? We got a body count on that?
Apparently millions.
Okay.
But
curious to see those numbers.
My favorite, a couple of my favorite tweets from the reply of he was a murderer who stole land from the Native Americans. It's not a happy day for those who were here first.
Did Columbus actually ever step foot in America? Like, the country as we know it now? Did he ever step foot on this continent? I thought he landed in the Caribbean.
I think I think he landed in the Caribbean, and then I think he moved up to Florida. Like I don't know. Like the stories that have been told have been.
Did he make it all the way to fucking Ohio? Is that why they named that town after him? For the love of God, like again, public school. The only time I ever heard about Christopher Columbus was in 1492.
Yeah.
Old Chris sailed the ocean blue, and he had these 3 ships, and that's about it.
Let's see.
So, I find it interesting that we waited until now to start getting pissy about it.
But some of the replies were to go back to the title of the stream, absolutely adorable. Let's see. There's this one. Still the same old song and dance. The natives were killing each other and under constant war. They were vulnerable to invasion and lost their land. War is brutal, but that is how land is claimed. Happy Columbus Day, America first. Which you're not entirely wrong.
To me, it's a pointless holiday, and I don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
But I'm tired of people acting like it's some big deal. Oh, we need to change it. And like, why change it? Why even bother? No one pays attention to it now. You think they're gonna give more of a shit if you call it Indigenous Peoples Day? and why is it? No offense, Pat, but why is it the black people get a whole month and we get one day? Even the gays got a.
The gays have June.
Yeah.
Well, you'll notice that even giving them the month, we gave them the shortest one.
I'm aware, dude. I was born in that month. The shortest month and the coolest month. Sorry, Pat.
I didn't make.
I see February like Black History Month is basically any other month, shit like that. Hell, shit. I gotta work. I gotta do everything on a day-to-day basis and stuff like that. It's like everything they're talking about. Oh, let's remember all this and all that right there. I do that. I do that 365. Well, I just only gotta do this on February and all that right there. That's their thing right there.
Yeah.
Y'all remember all the black accomplishments on February and things like that. And then once February is gone, all the black gear and all this stuff right there and Black History Month stuff. Y'all toss that in the trash and be like, see y'all niggas. Damn.
So I have a friend. She's one of the first friends I made who happened to be Native. And she's a lawyer of some type that she does work in Washington, D.C., as far as I know. And
Johnny got a friend.
I got a few. No, her tribe was one of the ones that were more recently recognized by the feds now. And she on Facebook every once in a while you'll see her pop up. They have the Indigenous Peoples Day, but she'll throughout the year she'll post like Native people did this, Native people did this.
Yeah, that's what it's
throughout the year. Like it's not something she rallies in the whole Indigenous Peoples Day thing, but she doesn't.
I like Mr. Dax's take. It's like it should be called "Someone Sailed Somewhere Day."
Yeah.
Like why make a big deal out of it?
Because if you don't make a big deal out of it, then how?
Well, I was gonna say hell. Ilhan Omar to take that quote. 19 years. But was it last year or this year? She said that. I can't remember. Internet time.
I want to say last year.
Okay, so 18 years removed from the largest terrorist attack on American soil. Some guys did some things. Okay, cool. Well, can we apply that to fucking Christopher Columbus?
This quote is.
Can you apply that to George Washington or any of these Confederate statues that people want to tear down?
See, those were some white guys that did something.
Oh yes, right. I forget.
This guy replied, Christopher Columbus just spent just as much time on American soil as Kris Kringle. Being Santa Claus, as it were.
It's like the thing is like, Democrats saw, people were coming together and things like that. United States was actually being united, for once and all that right there. And of course you can't have that, man. They make their, they make their money and they make their, they make their living on division. They gotta have the races hating each other. Because if we don't, it's just like with the pro-blacks, just like with all them right there, if we're not hating on each other, they don't make no money, they don't eat, they don't do nothing like that right there. That's why I'm saying that's why they do everything they can to keep racism alive. Even though if you really look around at things like that, everything they're screeching is just bullshit. And if it really is like that, now I'm saying look at the places where it's mainly happening and things like that. It's happening in Democrat-infested cities. But y'all blaming that it's the conservatives that are the racist ones and things like that.
Well, I mean, it's not even just like race with the Democrats and that stuff. Look at COVID numbers. The press secretary pointed out. I think it was the press secretary the other day pointed out, like most of the places that are hardest hit by the Rona are Democratic states, with the exception of I think was it like Louisiana, Mississippi. All the other ones are like Democrats mostly, and even then, like Louisiana, Mississippi, they don't have the same, numbers as some of those other ones. So, but yeah, I mean, they always pull that shit. Like they try to fact check Trump when he was saying like the top 20 high crime cities are run by run by Democrats. Like, well, actually, you've got one here. He's a Republican. This guy over here is an independent. It's like, all right, so 14 out of the top 15. How about that? If he'd said the top 10, would you guys still be trying to pull this shit? Because top 10, top to bottom, Democrat.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like
16
mm-hmm.
before you get like the one Republican.
Because it is true, like I'm saying, if you look it up, if you basically bring up all the cities and things like that are like have like all these high homicide rates and things like that, especially in black on black crime and all that right there. Who's the government that's running it?
Well, it reminds me. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's like that meme that says, like you show me a ghetto and I'll show you the Democrat that's running it.
Well, it reminded me of a joke that I'd read from P.J. O'Rourke when I was a kid, and he's I don't know if he's a libertarian, if he's independent, conservative leaning, but he's not a liberal. And he said conservatives run on a platform that government doesn't work, and when they get elected, they prove it. Well, now you just got to flip that. It's Democrats, talking about how bad shit is. Like, yeah, and as soon as they get into office, they prove how bad it is. So, I mean, you can make that argument on both sides. So, I would just rather there be less of all of it.
Of course, the Indian wants less government.
Yeah, especially since I got my land back now.
Yeah, how are all those crimes you're committing in, was it Western Arkansas? Eastern? Oklahoma, sorry.
Yeah, what tribe do you think he is from?
What do I know?
Close, actually. No, really, nothing's changed for the most part. I mean, you look at the door, day-to-day living is still going on. So, did we lose Pat?
I think we lost Pat.
I think he lost Pat, yeah.
But no, nothing's really changed much. I mean, you got more shitbags trying to get out of their cases that they caught. Like my girlfriend told me about one. Apparently, it was like a child abuse case or something, and she was like, "Oh well, they're trying to get that getting rid of because it's on Indian land." I was like, "Was that bitch Indian? Really?" Let me see her card. I'm pulling her card right now. Where's it at?
So apparently, according to Phil from All That Remains. He's watching the thing. If you're watching the ACB hearings, Blumenthal just asked ACB, does the Constitution protect a woman's right to an abortion? She answered in the affirmative. Roe v. Wade is in no danger from ACB. Welcome back.
Okay, I'm back. My internet started backing up. I hope it don't be good tomorrow Saturday.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting that they've, Trump has floated her name twice before, and they've gone just completely rabid, at the idea of her, being on the court because of abortion. And any time that a conservative president or Republican president, let's not even call Trump a conservative, anytime a Republican president puts up a nomination for the court, that's the first thing they go to: abortion. And it's like, okay, well, she doesn't seem to fit that storyline of yours that she's going to take away. Now, I mean, are they going to say that she's lying? Are they going to say that she, she's lying to the public and to the Judiciary Committee, and that's not what she really thinks? If so, what's your proof? But I'm tired of every time that they have a nominee for the Supreme Court under a Republican. That's the first thing they go to. It's like, do we not have any other issues that might affect somebody that doesn't have a vagina? Personally, I'd like to hear what she has to say about the Fourth Amendment. I'd like to hear what she has to say about the 10th.
They kind of had a shit fit over the fact that she owns a gun. How dare she exercise her Second Amendment rights? Does her husband load it for her?
I'm telling you right now, if they do give us some more coof cash, that's what I'm buying is guns.
And that's what I'm saying. This is the reason why I don't support Democrats no more, man. Because they do, man. They just make you just, oh my God, just I'm saying they just make you feel like some horrible motherfucking just shitty ass people. Like you need them for everything. That's why I say, if Biden and Harris do win and all that right there, it ain't gonna affect me because I'm already doing my thing. I'm already out there getting my stuff right there. Now, the black people that sit up here and depend on Democrats, like welfare wise and all this stuff right there and things like that, they're gonna be the main ones still crying and barking about this and that because they're gonna be expecting this and that to happen, and guess what? It ain't gonna happen.
Please tell me this isn't a real thing.
What do we got?
Oh, Andrew Cuomo trying to sell a book? I would not be surprised if it is real. The only thing that would surprise me about that book is if it's not, if it doesn't come with a set of crayons for you to color it in. Because I can't imagine him writing a serious book about COVID and how he handled it.
His leadership.
Yeah.
Him, Ted Wheeler, or that Michigan motherfucker.
Actually, something off topic, but since you brought up Bill Burr earlier with the SNL, did anybody here see Bill Maher talking to Adam Schiff on Friday night?
Nope.
I saw a clip of it, and I wanted to laugh, but at the same time, it's like, you fucking deserve this. Bill Maher was sitting there asking Adam Schiff, who, by the way, has no power in California politics, at the state level, why Bill's taxes were so super high. What am I getting for these super high taxes? He pointed out that like Joe Rogan and Ben Shapiro have already left. People in his industry, other industries are leaving. Businesses are picking up and moving out. It's like, so what am I getting? What am I getting for this? It's like, you're getting fucked. That's what you're getting, and you deserve it too, asshole. As soon as you wrote $1 million check to Obama, that's what you deserve. Pay those taxes, and just grin and bear it. Remember, you wanted the rest of us to go through a fucking recession so that way you could get Trump out of office. Eat your vegetables.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but yeah, I thought that was hilarious. Like, Adam, what am I getting for my, like, you do realize that a lot of that's state and local taxes, right? You live in LA. only a piece of that is going to the federal government. Adam that can't do shit for you, and I doubt he would if he could. That googly-eyed prick. Ugh. But yeah, I enjoy that. I enjoy seeing that. It's like, yep. It's also, like I read an article the other day about Californians moving down to Texas, where you guys are,
Oh yeah.
and
God.
one of them they were talking about Tarrant County. That's Houston, isn't it? Houston area, or is that?
Nope,
What am I thinking?
that's
No?
Arlington and Fort Worth.
Oh, sorry. I don't know why I was thinking Houston. That's
One county over from me.
Houston. That's Carter County, right?
Yeah.
Or am I still getting that wrong?
I think so.
Yeah. Most of the people who are coming from California, that's what they're basically doing. They're going to places like Austin to Houston or Dallas, Fort Worth.
Yeah.
They're going to like the major cities and shit like that.
And that's what the article was mostly
so basically,
about.
like I said, they're leaving a liberal. They're leaving a totally liberal state and jumping. I'm saying, and running down here and things like that to ultimate liberal cities.
And
Like,
Becca
I'm
for the
like,
win.
so
Yeah,
Harris
Houston's
County.
Harris County.
What was I thinking of? Again, like I live in Oklahoma, so we didn't cover any like Texas geography when I was in school. about the only thing I learned about Texas when I was going to school was
spanking that ass in football.
yes, OU does spank that ass quite regularly, but no, the one thing that was brought up I think during my Oklahoma history class when I was like a freshman in high school. I think the Oklahoma National Guard invaded Texas over a toll bridge. I think they actually like fought it out over like the course of like a 3-day weekend or something with like the Texas Rangers.
I got one for you, Pat. This one was retweeted by Satsu. How true is this?
All right, what up?
Oh yeah. That
Oh
hadn't
yeah.
seen that. Hadn't seen that meme in a while, actually.
I think the last time I seen this meme was when they who was that
Blasey
chick
Ford?
that, yeah, it's Blasey Ford. That's what.
Yeah.
That's the last time I seen this meme right here. And they ain't lying.
It'd been a minute.
Yeah, I remember like Minnie AOC when she tweeted out like said, the only time Democrats care about black people is during election year, and I bust out laughing because they ain't lying. I'm saying, come election time and things like that. Oh, they love them some black folks. What?
Hey, Fugi.
And the hot sauce.
Hey, Spoon.
Mm-hmm.
No, that right there is another reason why I don't think Clinton would have ever been elected. I mean, other than her inability to shut the hell up. But yeah, the going on and what do you keep in your purse? Oh, hot sauce. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
You gotta love it.
That woman is so pacey. That's probably the first time she ever touched a bottle of hot sauce. Let's be honest. So, Mr. Dax, Babylon Bee article. Democrats clarify that black lives will only matter until November. Well, I mean,
Ain't wrong.
oh God, Uncle Hotep. He says, "Is Judge Amy a pog?" Asking the serious questions, Unc.
MILF, maybe.
Well, no. I like I said, I didn't watch any of the hearings, but I was scrolling through Twitter earlier before Johnny and I got started, setting this up, and I can't remember. I think it was might have been Poe. He had like a picture, like there's a picture of Judge Barrett standing there like behind the chair she was going to be sitting at, and in the background you see a cameraman, sitting on his ass in the floor, and he's got his camera pointed at her, and then like the next panel over, the next picture he's got on that tweet is just a real close up on her ass, like, bruh, like what are you doing? So, but no, man, no. I enjoy those kind of tweets. It's like, yeah, at least there's some people out there not taking this shit seriously, and that gives me just a little bit of hope for humanity. But like watching that Crowder change my mind. Oh God, that's like TCU. That's not a public school, right? That's a private university, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a private Christian
Yeah,
university.
I mean Texas Christian University. I would imagine it's got to be private, which means they're shelling out some good money for that school. And every time I see Crowder go down, it's like, I'm just wondering, it's like, where are the smart people?
Well, it's kind of in the middle of the hood. It is near a zoo, but it's not the best school.
And I'm not
Decent
saying,
football team occasionally.
well, yeah, I mean they produced LT, so I'll give them that. But no, like, I'm not saying that I think they're dumb because I disagree with them. It's like I'm just listening to the way they're forming their arguments. It's like like there was one guy that he was talking to today who was like in favor of court packing because the Supreme Court's become too political. Yeah, you guys didn't follow that either, huh?
Nope.
Not even.
I listened to him for like a solid 20 minutes and I couldn't figure out what the fuck he was trying to say. It's like it just seemed like he was like well, you know, he couldn't tell you when it started getting political. He couldn't tell you why. It's like I just wish I could have been there so I could just light a cigarette. It's like, well, let me tell you about 1987, son. There was a man named Robert Bork.
87 was a good year. I was born.
I don't know. I was 9 years old.
So, but yeah, it's like, like you really haven't thought this out, have you? And it's like I can't blame them. When I was that age, I didn't think that shit out either. You know, it's like, oh, that sounds good. Okay, let's go with that. Like I didn't care. I was trying to see, how much of a 30 pack I could kill, and how often could I get laid? That was college for me. That's why I'm not in college anymore. But yeah, it's like, where are the smart people at that school? I want to see them, because I think it would be nice to see Crowder actually get his mind changed. You know, I think it would be interesting to see someone actually form an argument that maybe he hadn't thought about yet, and actually like, oh well, you know what? I'll just sit with that one. Mr. Dax makes a good point. It's like maybe they're in classes, possibly.
Working.
But I think that would be kind of cool to see somebody actually make an argument that could stop Steven Crowder in his tracks. Like, you know what? I'll actually have to consider that. Thank you. You know.
And it'd have to be really off the wall in that he usually does a ton of work as far as
that's why it would be refreshing to see that, because he's going in prepped.
the counter arguments. He comes in knowing what's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the only one that I saw is like, you know what, that'd be kind of fun to take part in, was when he was doing the one that's rape culture is a myth, changed my mind. It's like, oh, I can make an argument that you won't see coming a mile away, son. I'm just not driving to Dallas to do it.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Like I said, when you go into people places like Dallas and things like that, you already know you're gonna encounter a ton of people and shit like that who are just in their damn feelings. That's their problem right there, man.
Well, see, here's the thing though. Like, I would have made that argument from a completely different angle than anything those people were trying to make. They're trying to say, oh well, the boys and stuff like that. Like, no. Like, I can pull up a thread on Twitter that shows you like 50 different female fucking pedophiles.
Right.
All of them got a slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
One of them got to keep her fucking teaching license. It's like, so yeah, there's a rape culture in this country. It's just not the one that everyone's focused on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. They're just focused on one.
So,
let's review the prison system.
Yeah, the ones
that doesn't count, Shio, because that's men raping men.
How dare I? Of course.
Yeah, yeah, I've heard that argument before. It's like, it's still rape, isn't it? Rape's still a bad thing, right?
I believe
Only when it happens to women.
I believe you just mentioned it in the sentence there. Men raping men.
Other men. But yeah. Oh, Talak working on Teespring merch? Hey,
But that's
cool.
that's that feather light rape that they got going on.
Oh yeah, with like flowers before and cuddles after, right?
You know, at least a slap on the cheeks instead of you put up a good fight.
Yeah, Mr. Dax also brings it up. Woman-on-woman violence is ignored. Anytime you want to talk about domestic violence, there's always some dude beating a chick. It's never like two lesbians going at it.
Yeah.
They never want to talk about that one.
Yeah, that's just the thing right there. It's always cherry picked. Cherry picked all. Which is the reason why I keep saying, like I said, this is the reason why these people, like I said, even though I'm saying we are equal under the law and things like that, we ain't never gonna be 100% truly equal, because they're the people that are constantly arguing and barking about, like I'm saying, I'm just as equal as a man is. Well, shit, I'm not the one complaining all the fucking time when shit don't go my damn way.
Yeah, I always want to tell people, like, you do realize that when they say, all men are created equal, they meant under the law. They didn't mean like in actuality.
Yeah, because there are a ton of motherfucking dudes out there and females who are doing shit way better than me, but you don't see me huffing and puffing and shit.
Well, no, it's just the simple fact of the matter is there is no equality in life. No two people are going to be exactly equal in every regard, or even necessarily in one regard. It's something to aspire to.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be,
Yeah, the thing is, like, their equality, what they're looking for, things like that, is just a smokescreen for more special treatment. None of these females that are screeching and barking and all this stuff right there want equality, because why? That equality that they claim to be fighting for comes with a whole bunch of responsibility, and none of these motherfucking people are responsible whatsoever, man. All they want to do is bark, whine, complain, hold their hand out, and point the finger when responsibility comes their damn way.
Well, and it's like they're acting as if, the all men are created equal still stands for all white men of land-owning status are that definition. It's not.
What's to stop them from owning land?
Huh. I saw something on my Explore tab. So Oklahoma election news and updates.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, Oklahoma County officials say the volume of absentee ballots is forcing many employees to work from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday to keep up with processing.
I mean, I've been given a free rein to work as long and as much as I want to help with our processing.
They said that more than 33,000 ballots have been counted already in Oklahoma County. Huh. That's from Daily Oklahoman. I'm wondering how that's going to work out.
Yeah, that's what I forgot to do this weekend. I forgot to mess with Chagrin in Adelaide. Guys, you know what happened this weekend, don't you know, Camel?
That's not me, Becca.
What's up?
I said, you know what happened? You know what happened this weekend, right?
Oh, the football game.
Yeah.
I saw that they were. I saw they got to. I didn't watch the game. I don't have cable or anything, but I did see the score on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Wow, 4 overtimes! They really do suck this year."
Yeah, but I was like, God, man.
I was thinking, like, man, if Tech, like, because wasn't Texas ranked in the top 10 at that point?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. and now my Cowboys ranked number 7. So I get the feeling that as long as they don't fuck it up go in the rest of the season, maybe I can live to see a second OSU Big 12 championship season. Because that first one, I watched every game except for Bedlam. I was unable to watch that one, and I was pissed that I was unable to watch it. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how my Cowboys do this year since OU appears to be slipping.
Probably not good after the injury.
Oh my goodness! Speaking of injuries,
You talking about Dallas or OSU?
how coincidental there,
Prescott.
Shio? I just got your tweet.
Ah, yes. This dumbass.
Let's see. I'll show you. His $2 million Pikachu card was a fake.
He's one of amongst a huge group of influencers that are turning to Pokemon and sports cards.
Why?
And can I point out the major cringe I found for the day? And I know I've seen it a few times before. Oh, this. Like,
No, but see, Obama was the Messiah.
How much longer do you think it's going to be before they stop referring to him as like the first black president and start referring to him as like the first half white president? You think we're going to have what was it be in the next 4 years?
When they stop
Maybe
referring to
longer.
Kamala?
I imagine like if Joe wins, and of course if he wins, he's not going to make it probably through the first year of his term, if that. And I imagine once you get President Kamala in there, yeah, I imagine that's when it's going to start. You're going to start hearing he's the first half white president.
Well, but
Yeah,
Bill
'cause-
Clinton was the first black president.
Cause it seems like that's all they're doing right now. It's like they're trying to get people in there just to check off boxes. Okay, like I said, black president check. Like female POC president right there check. Next, what's next? I'm saying
Gay.
first gay president, first transgender president, and shit like that.
Yeah, exactly.
They treat it like American Idol. Like really?
You're going to have the next push will be for the first gay president. I'm going to bet you. So
Like I said, like butt plug was damn near, like already. So it's like, like who else is there?
It's sad
I'm
that
thinking
we
like
don't do who you
I'm
met.
thinking like when they try to go for the first song, gay president things like that. What are the odds? I'm saying they gotta be lesbian.
Well, no, because Abraham Lincoln was the first gay president. He laid in bed with that one dude that one time.
No, what dude?
There was a bit of a conspiracy theory where people were claiming that Lincoln was gay because he laid in bed with one guy this one time. Because he came over and they only had one room and there was a fire stove and he was totally gay. Or, that was just the way things were back when there was still one fucking bedroom.
Nope, they were totally docking.
Obviously. Speaking of Becca, Texas Republican Party challenges curbside drive-through voting in Harris County.
Curbside voting. Nice.
Ain't they also doing curbside stripping?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I mean, first you had curbside stripping, and now you got curbside voting.
Oh my god, damn everything. Yeah, it's like I'll take my I'll take my G string to go. Shit.
I'll take a number 2, a 34D, and the R's.
Why don't you throw in and around the world?
And that does look pretty wild. It's like I'm seeing a video on Twitter. Uncle Hotep retweeted something. It's called "Football is Life" at football tweets or at football underscore tweets. So this league looks wild. It's like no pads, full contact football, no helmets either. And you know what? This looks more fun to watch than like NFL football.
Right now, anything's more fun to watch than NFL football.
Well, it's like, I mean, if these dudes like have a head-to-head collision, there's going to be serious, immediate repercussions.
Yeah.
Like, and like they're actually lowering their shoulders, and they're doing some decent tackle. Well, I mean, some of these is just, leading with that shoulder, but like there's some actual good tackling going on too. I miss watching good defense in football. It's the same with like I miss watching good defense in basketball. That's why I can't watch the pro sports anymore, man. It's they try to make it too offensive to make it more interesting, and it loses something for me.
Like I said, I'll start watching it when they lose the politics, man. Shit, that's what I'm just sick and tired of right there, man. I didn't come to listen to your politics, man. I came to watch you play the game.
That was the final nail in the coffin for me, to be honest. But like I was losing interest in pro sports, like I said, because of like the rule changes and stuff. I want to see a dude getting laid the fuck out. I want to see a quarterback getting sacked, stuff like that. I don't care if he just let go of the football. Like, I mean, if the dude was already like head down and like in the process of tackling, don't flag that.
Yeah, well, that got sacked. Unfortunately, hell, shit, it cost him his damn ankle.
But like with the NBA, it was like I'm tired of seeing 3 and 4 steps, to lay up or dunk or whatever. It's like, nah, man, you're a professional. You get 2, just like the rest of us. You should be able to make that work, since you're getting paid to do it. But yeah, me too. Traveling was the final straw for the NBA for me, and like the politics and stuff, that's just icing on the cake. But I saw like the ratings for the NBA finals. That shit was hilarious. They were down like 68% from the year before.
Yeah, nearly all of the sports were down in comparison to the NFL.
Yeah, and they try to blame it on the pandemic. I'm like, you're right. It probably would have been like this anyway. They don't want to. They just still don't want to accept the responsibility that that them digging into like the politics and the social justice and shit like that is costing them money. But it's like once this stuff is over, hopefully within the next couple of months, then they'll finally realize like, well, shit, we need to own up to it, man. We need to get the politics up out of here. Otherwise, hell, shit, we're screwed.
Okay, Rachel, I know I said 2, but I'm usually counting like you're taking a step, as you're going to pick up the ball, and then you got that second step after you picked up the ball. You get 1 step after you stop dribbling the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Once your pivot leg leaves.
You're right. Yeah. So I always whenever I was going to go for a layup or something like that, I was always thinking like, all right, 1 step, pick up the ball, 1 more step, layup. But yeah, I thought it was hilarious. Like their ratings were down that much, and people trying to make excuses for it. Even Adam Silver, the league commissioner, was like, yeah, next season we're gonna try and he wants to get them back into the stadiums because they're trying to make the claim that oh well, no fans, so like you think people are tuning in to watch the fans react to the live game being played for no. It's like he wants to get them back in the stadiums. He wants to see about getting home games and stuff set up for next season. But he also says like, yeah, probably not going to have the social justice messaging on the jerseys next year. We're not going to have Black Lives Matter written on the floor. It's like, oh, did we solve racism? Did the NBA solve racism so we don't need to do that anymore? No. Like, so why are you taking it off there, Adam? Why would you guys want to do that if there's still racism in the world? What's going on here? But I kind of wish I had like an iTunes account just so I could hear that Megyn Kelly podcast with Mark Cuban, because apparently she kind of went hard at him with all the whole China stuff, and I would like to hear that, but I really don't want to get iTunes. I wish there's some other way for me to listen to that shit, because I'm not an Apple person.
But they just released the iPhone 12.
Okay, so that's the 12th iPhone that I won't buy.
It compares poorly to the Samsung S20 that released earlier this year. But, you know,
I got a cell phone that cost me all of $80, and it does everything I need it to do. It makes phone calls, it sends text messages, I can take pictures, I can get on Twitter, I can listen to YouTube. That's all I really need. And I probably don't even need the YouTube and Twitter parts. You know?
I've never had not one iPhone, man.
Like I actually like the Microsoft Zune. Yeah, I'm that guy. It was easy. It was easy to use. Like I could take all the songs that I found and put them on there, nice and easy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think I had the Creative Zen before they stopped making them.
And I thought it was the greatest thing ever, because I had 32 gigs on that thing, and like I had all of my music. I had like whole discographies of bands on there, and I never had to listen to the same song twice. I could just put that shit on shuffle, and I had like at least 3,000 songs.
Right. I equally have a few discographies that I ripped from CD, of course.
Of course.
That now fill up a 1 terabyte drive, but back then, yeah, it was great. Just hit shuffle and let it go.
Now, to be honest with you, I actually didn't really like shuffle, because you can have a song that's like, oh well, that's I mean, they're all songs I like, but you're definitely not going to have like the same kind of mood. But yeah, it has something like real heavy or whatever, and then the next thing's like light and poppy. It's like, I don't know. That's kind of a clash there.
All right, I am going to share a video. I don't have it on the YouTube because what happened last time.
Well, Richo, I am a millennial, and I agree 100%. So I think that's another thing. Like, can we stop with the whole boomer and millennial bullshit? Like, those things actually are supposed to mean something, and I am tired of being compared. I'm tired of being lumped in with a bunch of Tide Pod eating motherfuckers that are probably 10 years younger than me.
Don't try to blame people that are slightly younger than you for that. It's the people that are 10, 20 years younger than me that are the problem.
Well, millennials, we're all in our fucking 30s by now, aren't we?
Depends, because some say it goes all the way up to like 1990 or 2000, rather.
Well, I thought millennials were people who were born between was it 82 and 2000?
I've heard
and
80. I've heard 85.
You're coming of age. You're coming of age at roughly the millennium,
right?
And I mean, I graduated high school a few years after that, but still, yeah, I'm in that. And then you've got everyone's calling like old people, oh, you're old, you must be a boomer. It's like, you do realize we got like Gen Xers and boomers. We still got people who are fucking before the boomers.
They don't exist.
What I think is really funny is the people that will use that the most to describe people, boomers, millennials. These are the same people who really hate like binaries. or at least one binary.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we're talking about travels.
uh-huh.
This one has the guy that counts it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Jesus. That's ridiculous. And that's Vince Carter, too. God.
Mhm.
Hey, look at that shit.
I'm like, dang.
Yeah, these are professionals. They get paid for this shit, too.
I'm like, dude.
See, I was being generous, too. I was saying like 3-4 steps.
Yeah, they
Well,
taking 7, 8.
Oh, look at this guy.
Look at that.
What's his name?
I remember that play.
Houston.
Russ!
I remember that play. And everybody was like, yo. I mean, he just 1, 2, 3, 4. And I mean, right by the roof. And
He didn't even realize
he
it
didn't
either.
no, and I don't think he even said anything. Like, dude, you're looking right dead at him.
It's like, I see better fundamentals in, like, my
The
city
WNBA.
rec league. You know? 9, 10?
God.
Jesus. Ugh.
Oh my god.
The one white guy. It's like, all right. If I was the coach, I would bench him.
That's some playground shit if I've ever
If
seen
you're
it.
going to take that many steps, you better fucking dunk. You better make that.
Ah,
Oh, that's Melo, isn't it?
looks like it.
Yeah, that's Carmelo.
Yeah, I'm like,
He's in Portland now. He got so like overshadowed by LeBron. 2, 3, 4. God.
and the refs be looking at him. They're like, man, you know what? Just take traveling out of the game if you're just gonna let them.
And I'll be honest, like I hardly catch some of it.
He knew he got away with that right there.
Oh, that's a
Oh my God.
double dribble right
Man,
there.
double dribble, traveled and everything. Do they even call it double dribble anymore?
I mean, it's got to be so egregious.
I wonder if
that
I wonder if these coaches look at this and they're just like, I made a mistake.
Well, like,
And I'm saying,
that
the
one white
ref
dude
is right there.
That one
Ain't
white dude,
saying Jack.
the coach, they cut to him, and he's just looking at us like, what? Good for you, Will. If you ref, definitely call that shit
I know
every time.
I know everybody in the chat got to be like, what are we missing?
Oh. Really? Well, of course he's going to call it LeBron.
I'm like,
Yeah, God damn it.
Oh, gee. Even little kids are embarrassed. That ginger kid has no soul, and she is embarrassed for you.
Look at that double dribble.
Yeah, but he's also like a power forward. He should have been taking the ball down the court anyway. No, wait. Is that? Yeah, that's
he did it, and he did it twice.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, you deserve to get blocked for that, man.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah, James Harden.
Yo!
That's a nice little stutter step there.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And
Mr. Moore.
Hey, Johnny, go back like 5 seconds on that video. Go back. Because not only
the James Harden one.
Yeah, the James Harden one. not only was he stutter stepping that traveling there, he's also got like didn't he had his hand under the ball too, didn't he?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm. And these guys get paid millions of dollars, and they can't even do their job right.
Now, I think if you can get away with that much, man, you're doing your job. You're
Statue
doing your job too well.
Statue of Liberty
Well,
shit there.
now, if you can get away with that much damn traveling hell shit, you overdoing. You know what I'm saying you're doing your job quite too damn well.
No, it's just the simple fact that the refs are in the league's pocket, man. They're not going to call that shit, especially on like their star players. Like when's the last time you heard about star players not getting their calls going their way?
Well, that was 12.
That is true.
I mean, the last one I can think of, Michael Jordan. And then what happened? That's like, no. If you go back and look, he's actually doing it right. He just moves really fast. And I think they've all tried to take that approach with the refs. Like, well, maybe he's not, traveling. Maybe he's just moving really fast, them legs. Like, nah. I mean, didn't they have like that one ref who got busted for like wasn't he betting on games or he was shaving points is what he was doing.
Yeah.
Related to baseball's Joe Mauer, if I'm not mistaken.
No, there was an NBA ref. I can't remember what his name was. There's some.
No, that's what I mean. It's his uncle or some shit.
Oh, okay. So it's a family thing. Gotcha. Yeah, this stop it, Johnny.
18, 19, 20,
God damn it, Johnny.
24, 25.
Motherfucker was dancing a jig. How are you gonna take 25 steps and not have anyone call that?
I'm like, yo.
Oh, what was that one dude's name? Like, looking at this, it makes me think, what was that dude's name? Played with LeBron in Cleveland, his first go around when he was a young dude. Shit.
So I did have it wrong. It's Tim Donaghy, the ref.
Yeah. I remember his name, but I remembered, it's an NBA dude. So what am I thinking here? This would be what, 2003, 2004. Trying to remember what that dude's name, because I remember the one play that stuck out for me was like I think he was trying to go for like a triple double, and so let's say 2004.
Oh, that one got called.
And he got he went to try and get a rebound off his own goal.
Ogoskis?
No, the black dude played I think he was shooting guard. Cavs roster. 04, 05, Cleveland Cavaliers. No. Maybe it was earlier than that.
Dirk Nowitzki.
So let's try 03. When did LeBron come into the league? I can't remember. Was it 03 or 04?
I want to say 03.
Oh, Ricky Davis. That's who it was. His name was Ricky Davis. I remembered it was Ricky. I couldn't remember his last name. But yeah, there's video of him. Like, he gets the ball. He tries to bounce off his own backboard to get his triple-double, get a rebound. Like, that right there, I was like, I thought that was some of the dumbest shit I've ever seen. And then you showed me this, Johnny. And of course, he didn't get the triple-double because they're like, dude, it's your own goal. No. Like, what are you thinking here?
Look at this one. He's doing the waltz. This was the only sport that I was actually any good at. And now watching all this, I don't think I could have been any better.
Oh, I watched this like, oh, I could have definitely been better. My problem is I'm only 6'2", so like I wouldn't have been able to play a whole lot of positions in the
Even
NBA.
Tyrone looking like, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see the look on his face like, really?
Terry says apparently the Globetrotters have lost 345 games in 90 years. I didn't think they had lost at all. I thought that was the point. Well, when the Globetrotters originally started out, they were a legit basketball team. So probably some of those losses come from that. But they still didn't lose that much. And I mean, shit, 345 games in 90 years. How many games do they play a year, though, Terry?
Right.
Yeah,
Because I mean, hell, we've had the Globetrotters in my area multiple times, and I live in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, I think the last well they've improved now, but it's like I don't know. I like the old school Globetrotters when you had people like Twiggy Sanders and them and all that right there. Because I grew up on 80s, like 90s Globetrotters when it was like, man.
I grew up on Scooby Doo Globetrotters. That's what I grew up on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like Sweet Lou and them.
Oh yeah.
Well, and then all those shows had the Scooby Doo with the Globetrotters, or Scooby Doo with these guys, or.
All right, Terry. Since you're looking up, their win loss. Tell me the win losses for the Washington Generals. Since we're looking up, team records and whatnot. He said they won 27,000 games for the Globetrotters.
I know my state does miserable in sports, but Washington ain't much better. They lose 2 baseball teams. One was literally known for finishing last in the league, as they put it, first in war, first in peace, last in the American League. And then, there's the Washington football team.
I keep saying the only problem I ever had with the Redskins was the fact that they sucked out loud, not that they were called the Redskins.
Oh, I still trip out for that right there, man.
So, had they come up with a name yet?
No,
or
they're still the
No.
Washington football team.
I mean, it's Washington. Well, I mean, I guess they couldn't go with the Senators. No, wait, they could go with the Senators.
Yeah, the baseball team went with Nationals.
Yeah, and the hockey team's the Capitals. They could have brought back the Senators. Oh, there you go, Richo. The Washington Kickbacks.
Yeah. No shit.
I don't know. Washington Casinos.
I mean, if you really want to get political, that'd be like the Washington Dark Money, the Packs. The Packs.
Washington Blood Diamonds.
The Washington under bathroom foot taps.
The only place in the country that I hear about them complaining about dark money and packs is Washington. So pick one of those two. That's your new mascot.
The Washington under bathroom foot taps.
No, that happened in
that was Minnesota. Yeah.
Mm.
What about my home state?
Wasn't it Larry Craig?
Larry Craig, yeah.
Now, he wasn't a senator. He was a congressman, wasn't he?
I'm not sure.
So that's the one that went down on the plane?
No, Larry Craig, he got caught trying to solicit gay sex in an airport bathroom. The reason why is because he was tapping his foot under the stall divider. And he's like, "Nah, man, I just got a really wide stance." I'm like, then why was your foot halfway touching my toilet?
Yo,
like how wide do you have to stand so you can pinch off that log there, Congressman? You might want to see your doctor.
How much of a grip do you need?
Well, what they didn't tell you was he was in the handicap stall too, man. He was really, really stretching it out there.
Let's see. 18 years as relative. And we're back. And there we are. How long were we out?
I got a little bit of buffering there for a second, and we came right back. I did have to refresh earlier.
Okay.
So.
Cause yeah, OBS shut down and then started back up.
So apparently, Maisie Hirono asked ACB, since you became a legal adult, have you ever made unwanted requests for sexual favors or committed any verbal or physical harassment or assault of a sexual nature? Where's that coming from, I wonder? It's like, is she got the same script she had for like Kavanaugh? Does she think ACB is like has there been any allegations that have been brought up? This just seems like it's out of left field.
She doesn't know ACB's a woman.
Well, maybe she thinks that maybe she's confusing her for Katie Hill because all them white women look alike.
Well, like I said, like like Amy Coleman, like I said, she is kind of like a curveball because any other time, like I said, all these questions that they be asking for usually pertaining to going after guys. Like, God damn it, we got a woman. What the fuck do we do? We never had this problem before.
It makes you wonder. Like, do you think she's asking of her Democratic colleagues that? I mean, especially considering Katie Hill.
I told you, you really want to mess their ass up here.
Oh, do you think she asked? I mean, Kamala Harris is on the Judiciary Committee. Do you think she asked Kamala that question too?
Oh shoot.
How do you think she would react if somebody asked that, like at the vice presidential debate? Do you think Maisie would be like, "Oh yeah, that's a legit question"?
If I said if you really want to throw that boy here, she should have nominated a black woman. That really would have fucked their ass up.
A hard
conservative. Well, you know what I think would have been hilarious?
Condoleezza Rice.
No. Anita Hill. That would be hilarious. Like, hey, Joe, you remember Anita, don't you? Well, even if you win, you're going to be seeing a lot more of her. Just put her on one side of the bench and Clarence on the other. Just keep them, keep the other seven between them. Make sure they don't so much as share a Coke and a smile, Regis says black Catholic woman. Well, see, they keep saying that, like, Joe Biden's a Catholic. Nancy Pelosi's a Catholic. Really?
Nancy Pelosi is a drunk.
They should get a black Southern Baptist. Like, dancing in the aisles Southern Baptist.
I still don't understand how that goddamn. I do understand how the hell she's still in. But that drunk, ignorant motherfucker. Oh, God.
Well, I mean, if Bill Maher is asking his representatives, like, hey, what the fuck's going on here? You got to imagine, the great unwashed of California has probably been sitting there thinking that for a while.
Yeah.
Like I said, in order to be a politician, man, you gotta have sold your soul to Satan, man, because, God, these are some corrupt bastards.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, now all of the major news outlets, like the link I just shared, are doing the groundwork for the. Well, no, it's okay for us totally to add more seats. It's been done before.
Oh,
it's not a problem.
Yeah, they're not even. They've moved. They've tried to stop calling it court packing. Now they're calling it depoliticizing the court.
Oh
God.
Yeah, it's like you guys know what that word means, right? Because you're using it the exact opposite way that one would think to use it. Adding more seats to the court. We're gonna depoliticize the court by adding more political picks to it. No. All I want in life is a little bit of fucking consistency, and I'm resigning myself to the fact that I'm never going to get it.
And just like we thought there was going to be, there are memes.
You should eat more fiber. You'll get that consistency.
No. I'm not worried about being regular. Okay, that's I'm not worried about that. I'm talking about consistent. Similar meanings, different things. Yeah,
Easy layup.
fair enough. But did you travel?
Of course. I can afford to take vacations. I'm white.
How many steps did you take? No, I'm just kidding.
That's a good one. I like the one I saw. It's like it said, "Just vote already."
Jesus.
On the plus side, for all the guys in chat, if you see a chick with a tattoo of a coat hanger, you don't have to wear a condom. You probably should, but you don't have to. Just an FYI there.
Okay, shit. Any woman like I said, I'm pretty much done with having children and things like that. But if I was still in my baby process, any woman attempt to have an abortion, she gonna join that child because I'm gonna try to man.
But yeah. You if you end up hooking up with a chick, and once you get her naked, you find a coat hanger tattoo. You know, you can go ahead and give her the baby batter. She will scramble that egg. You don't even have to worry about it.
And she'll never get locked out of her car.
That's when I will scramble her damn brain. I swear, like, oh my god, I think what on my one channel where I talked about abortion, about this one female who actually did that coat hanger bullshit, man. Fucked the damn child up. Thank God they got the child away from her crazy ass, and I think they ended up the baby ended up getting adopted. But I'm like, yeah, I wanna punch this bitch in her throat so damn bad. I don't know. It's like when your biggest argument is like, say, like she's gonna try to get me for killing my baby. Man, fuck you.
I think it's kind of sad. Like the tweet that I have that's been the most successful the whole year was about abortion, and it wasn't even me like being pro or against. It's just asking a question about like do you not have a choice in how that egg gets fertilized in the first place? And I had someone try and argue with me about that, and like okay, fine, whatever.
I hate the ones who try to use, like I'm saying, the women. I'm saying the women who get raped and stuff like that as a motherfucking excuse and things like that. All right, that tiny ass, percentage and things like that. Okay, I'm down with and throwing all that right there. I may not like it.
Wait a second, Pat. Wait a second, because they don't always report a rape. It's like, well, they should. So. I mean, if you're going to say, like, well, not all rapes get reported, well, that's not my problem.
What's stopping them?
I'm not stopping anyone if you're reporting a rape, and I'm not stopping anybody from reporting incest. But if you're gonna sit there and go straight to that, it's like, is that the only reason to have an abortion? Well, no. Then why are you trying to make that your first point? You think that? Okay,
Yeah, like stop trying to use rape and incest. I'm saying people and things like that as a motherfucking excuse for your irresponsible ass to keep killing.
But that's the thing, Pat. The left can't stop thinking about rape and incest.
They can't stop thinking about a lot of things, man. Like I said, they can't stop. They can't stop using women who get raped and get them into incest and stuff like that as a way of like keep getting abortion. They can't stop looking down on non-white people and stuff like that. It's like we're these fucking animals who are in dire need of their fucking help.
I think that's probably the biggest argument against ACB going right now for the left. Do you said the Slate article that they posted yesterday? So that she's a shameless careerist. It's like shameless careerist with 7 kids. Okay. I know some chicks that would be shameless careerists.
Yeah,
They
like
don't
how
have any.
like how Becca's saying, less than 1% use the argument for the other 99 and things like that. And the other 99 are just irresponsible bitches who can't keep their legs closed.
Well, no. Like, my whole point was like, if you're going to use rape and incest as an excuse for why a woman should be able to get an abortion, you really got to tighten up on reporting and stuff like that. Because as soon as you point to like, well, what was it? How many rapes or whatever there are that are reported? Well, not all rapes get reported. Like, well, then we're working with incomplete data here.
Yeah.
You're saying that not all of them do. It's like, well, how many's not all? I mean, we're talking like double, triple. I mean, you got to give me a reason, a valid reason to want to kill this kid.
Yeah.
And even then, that's still a bit of a stretch. But I mean, I can at least understand that. I can understand a woman saying, you know what, I'm not sure I want to die to maybe give birth to a live kid. I can understand that. That's a tough choice to be making. So, I mean, I'm not going to begrudge somebody in those scenarios, but you can't use that as a blanket.
Yes, right.
To bundle up the rest of these irresponsible hoes.
Mm-hmm. Like how you said right there, when it comes to rape, incest, or the fact, like, it's like, like if it's threatening your life and things like that, yeah, I can understand those. I may not like it, from a religious or from a moral standpoint and things like that, but I understand. But like I said, these other ones, the ones that can't keep their fucking legs closed, and they go out there and have that irresponsible sex, and then they want to sit up there and they want to have these abortions on taxpayers' dimes. That's another thing that pisses me off right there.
Oh, you mean
like you want
to? You mean like Roe?
Man, it's like I'm saying you want to have an abortion and things like that. You pay for it.
I kind of stand with Monkey on this one. It's like I lean more pro-choice, but just be honest with what you're doing.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't like it. I wouldn't like it anymore, but I would have some more respect for it if you just said, you know what, I just want to kill a baby.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I agree.
I wouldn't like it any better, but I'd have a little bit more respect for you for being honest.
Well, at least you're being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're an evil motherfucker, but you're an honest evil motherfucker.
It's like that's one of the areas. It's like, all right, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have the right to an abortion. You can't have the right to say whether or not this child lives or dies, and then make me pay for it if you decide to keep it. It's like either we're both responsible or neither of us is responsible.
Because that's
what's it gonna be.
What was it? I like Chappelle's "My Money, My Choice."
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I hate right there. It's like all these rights and things like that take responsibility off of these women, and that's why a lot of them be running around here acting the way they fucking act. Now, hashtag not all, but it's like
Well, to point out what Will said in chat, he said, I think Shapiro says it best. It would be the worst bargain in the world, but most pro-lifers would accept an exclusion for rape, incest, in addition to the life of the mother, if all others would be banned. Like, that's not just Shapiro, though. That was 90s Democrats, Will. I remember when I was a kid, abortion, Clinton, safe, legal, and rare. And even though it was, legal, you still had guys like Kermit Gosnell doing back alley abortions in Pennsylvania.
If they stupid enough to get a back alley abortion,
he ended up killing a couple of his patients.
I said, let me hush before I say something I shouldn't say.
So I mean that's been a talking point for going on 30 years now of safe, legal, and rare.
And I think I've seen somebody make that argument too. But if we don't have these right here, then women may, they may resort to desperate. If those women are, if those women are desperate enough to go to those measures right there and things like that, then what happens to them happens to them. Nobody should be that damn desperate to kill a baby.
My question is, sorry, Pat. How many women would decide to go ahead and give birth if they knew it was a toss-up as to whether or not they would live going to some back alley abortionist? How many women are really committed enough to kill that kid that they'd be willing to risk their own life? My guess is probably not that many. And those that do, vaya con Dios. That's all I got to say.
Mm-hmm. Like the ones that do that co-hanger thing right there. Like I'm. Ooh.
I mean, you want to throw yourself down a flight of stairs because you know, took a cream pie. That's on you.
Yeah. All right. Let me calm down right now because I'm trying not to say stuff that man that'll get Johnny's Johnny's channel.
Just put it in the side chat. I'll play it, Pat.
Because when it comes to this topic right here, man, I can get really into it and shit like that, and I can get it just hits me in a place where it's like
Well, and you usually hear this from places, Mississippi or Alabama, that are deeply rooted with both poor black communities or just poor and ill-developed regions, Mississippi especially. And they're the first to tear down Confederate statues, but when it comes to those black lives, they don't care.
no, they never care.
No, it's ridiculous.
I know, man. It's like, that's why I say, that's why I don't know. That's why I try to look at things from an individual standpoint and not a whole. Because shit, if I sit up here and I worried about what the whole concert look like and things like that, man, it's like I never freaking get nowhere in life. Because how many times we heard the argument and things like that? Yeah, well, you may be doing good, but what about that black person right there? Well, that black person is not my damn problem.
Yeah, am I that guy? I don't think so.
Like, what's stopping that black person from making it the way that I did? You can't do it exactly like me, but hell.
That's like that Medium article that Frosted put in.
Mm-hmm.
All right, see you later, Richo. Yeah, where she was talking about things you shouldn't do for things you don't do for black women or something like that, and then the third thing they said was we are not a monolith.
I always love those articles. We are not a monolith, and here's a list of how you should be treating us. Oh, later, Richo. But no, man. So are we done with
Yes.
the vacuum discussion? Okay, cool. I'll try and find something else to talk about.
Because many times I've had to stop myself.
I can go back to bitching about federal holidays
from saying some dark shit.
I mean, because a
a
lot of the federal holidays are shit that I've never got to really enjoy. Not since I got out of school. I mean, when's the last time any of you guys got like Labor Day off?
Well, I got it off last year.
I'm not counting this year because nobody really had.
It's like I didn't get Labor Day off, but of course, my job gives me like an extra day to take it since anybody who has to work.
The only days that I get off from my cause I don't get days off from my other job, from my night job. From my day job, the only days I get off are Christmas and Thanksgiving.
But for you Canucks, that just passed, didn't it?
I am not a Canadian.
I thought you were.
Nope.
No,
that's the other native. That's
he's just like living adjacent to the Snow Mexicans. He's not one of them.
I am a basement dweller.
I thought you were a Canuck. Huh.
No. I've had one job. I've had one job where we had like.
That's what it is. Okay.
I've had one job, and that was working at a law office where it's like, wait, we don't come into work on Monday? Like, no. Why? It's Labor Day. Yeah. Isn't everyone supposed to be laboring on Labor Day? Isn't the whole fucking point? Like that's what I've been doing for like 15 years, man.
Yeah, I work at a hospital, so it's like it's a toss up for us.
But no, like Becca said, any holiday that closes the courts, I get off. Like, yeah, I had that for a hot minute, but no, like that's the only job I ever had. Was like, yeah, we take federal holidays off. The courts are closed. There's nothing really for us to be doing. It's like, and of course, like I almost felt like that kid who like reminds the teacher, like, hey, you gave us homework over the weekend. It's like, well, we could be, doing these contracts and stuff. Oh, never mind, fine. You gonna pay me not to show up? I'm not gonna complain. Okay, cool. I'll see y'all Tuesday. But
Yeah, my work's kind of weird. They give you excess. What's the words I'm looking for here? But
like paid time off.
PTO. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, slipped my mind. They give us extra PTO, but no guaranteed holidays off. So we get to choose with no judgment which holidays or birthdays or whatnot we want to take off.
You want to take off an hour? Do it.
Or if you want to, just work 38 hours a week.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I mean, like the whole thing about Columbus Day, going back to it, like I never noticed it was Columbus Day until someone told me about it, or I went to the bank to like cash a check or something. Same with like Labor Day. Like the only reason why I ever know about Labor Day coming up is I start hearing radio announcements for like Rocklahoma tickets. That's on Labor Day weekend, and I never get to go because I'm usually working.
Yeah, I was about to ask, how's that event? But I figured you probably,
I had tickets one year. I had a ticket to go one year, and my car broke down. I couldn't get a ride, and I made the mistake of having my ticket sent to will call.
No.
So I couldn't even like scalp that bitch. So I pretty much just gave the organizers like $100 for nothing. I'm trying to remember who was on that. This was 3-4 years ago. I think Korn was like the headliner that year. But they've had like a Perfect Circle. They've had a bunch of big bands like headlining it. It's supposed to be like there was one year like I wanted to go because Kid Rock was playing, not because I'm a Kid Rock fan. I just want to punch that motherfucker in the dick. Every time I'm listening to the radio and that All Summer Long song comes, first of all, why is that on a classic rock station? That drives me nuts. Like, this isn't even 20 years old. It's not even 10 years old. It's not classic rock. That should be on this fucking channel. But it always bugs me because every time I hear that opening up, I'm like, oh, they're playing Werewolves of London. Cool. And then it's fucking Kid Rock. The dude's in his 50s. Can we call him Bob now? His name is Bob, for fuck's sake.
Bob or Rob, pick one.
No, he doesn't even get the courtesy of being called Rob. He's Bob. I hate that motherfucker. I mean, and just for that one song, the rest of it, I believe his last name is Ritchie. His name is Robert Ritchie, Terry. But yeah, I mean, if you want, call him Bob Rock. I don't care. That one song though, that's the one that really broke the camel's back. Okay.
Pun intended.
So, and from what I hear, like he's a fairly cool dude, but his music sucks, and that's enough.
Yeah. No, every time my friend and I used to go out for karaoke until adult stuff kicked in. They would always try to get us to do Photograph. Or that whatever Kid Rock song.
But between All Summer Long and then playing like a
Picture.
Yeah,
That's the one.
That Kid Rock song.
The Kid Rock
yeah.
Sheryl Crow one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
See, I thought you were talking about Nickelback.
no,
For a
it was close.
Yeah.
It's just as repulsive.
Well, I was gonna say between All Summer Long from Kid Rock and them playing Nickelback on my classic rock station, I'm half tempted to drive down to the radio station and Allahu Akbar that place. At the very least, I'm willing to commit grievous bodily harm to a DJ.
Oh Lord, man! I'm on Twitter, man, and people are dogging the fuck out of Cory Booker.
Good, he probably deserves it.
I'm saying with the stupid ass things like that. I talk about Cory Booker the way he act and stuff like that. I'm like, man, shit, your girlfriend is Velvet Von Black, motherfucker. You can't talk.
Oh, now are we sure that Rosario Dawson is really his girlfriend, or is that just his beard?
I don't know.
I mean, she is an actress. I mean, it wouldn't be that much of a stretch for her, would it?
I also know, like shit.
My last little complaint about my local radio station.
He's dating her for the arm candy, and she's dating him for the status.
Yeah, my last little complaint about the local radio station. They've all gone digital. Like, even here, it's all digital. So I tried to request a song one time. I was working at a plastics plant. And it's gonna be too loud to be listening to the radio while I'm in there. But I figured, I'll request a song before I go in. Give me something to kind of, mellow out and just get the job done for the day.
So guess what she was asked? ACB was asked.
By who?
Oh shit! Buffering again.
I imagine it's probably something to do with abortion.
No. Do you condemn white supremacy?
I just would looked at his ass like, really?
Motherfucker, have you seen my kids?
Oh no, because that contributes. That's colonization, there, Johnny.
Yeah, I say, like no, it's totally welcome in my house.
I mean, there were people like yesterday on Twitter like saying that they thought that they pretty much adopted those kids for slave labor. They were looking for like a maid. Pointing out that when they talked about the white kids, she was talking about how intelligent they were. When they talked about the black one, did you mention? You see how that she mentioned like she could deadlift or squat as much as the males at the gym. Like, what, you mean the kid that they said was too ill or whatever to possibly be able to walk or maybe talk? Why would she want to point out that she can deadlift more than men now?
Yeah. I mean, it's not a full.
Maybe they wouldn't be asking that if she had taken a page out of Nancy Pelosi's playbook and just wore a kente cloth to the hearing.
Let me take my knee.
Did the Wakanda salute? Took a knee.
Well, and that's the thing. Everyone's
it's all her fault.
trashing-
She didn't do these performative, things to show that she was, I'm sorry, Shio, you were saying?
No, you're good. That's the thing. Everyone's trashing her for what she's wearing and how she looks, and her hair looks nasty. Okay, but would you be doing this if this were a dude?
No, they call him a gang rapist. We've already been through this.
Or a alcohol abuser, or for a crew that tries to be identitarian and individualistic, you sure are flipping it just because she has an R next to her name. Allegedly has an R next to her name, I should say.
But no, like that last complaint I had, because I'm gonna get this out. I am, and in the off chance that somebody from my local radio station actually happens to like tune into this shit at some point, they went all digital. So I go to request a song before going into work one day. It was "Over the Hills and Far Away" by Led Zeppelin. If I'm not mistaken, that was on the House of the Holies album. I could be wrong, but Yeah, so I go to her. No, I requested no quarter. That's what it was. Yeah. Request no quarter. They can't find it. It's like, so you want to request a different song? It's like, all right, yeah. How about Over the Hills and Far Away? They're like, okay, let me see if I can find that one. He finds that one, and he goes ahead and is like, all right, we'll play that, after the next commercial break. All right, cool. As soon as he hangs up, it clicks in my head. It's like, they're on the same fucking album. One's the A side, one's the B side, man. How can you find one and not the other?
Because they probably bought just the greatest hits best of to limit the amount of licenses they had to purchase.
It's probably. Or just a single.
Right.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I think No Quarter was the A side, and I'm pretty sure that was the A side, though. So yeah, I was like, how? And it fucked up my whole day at work too.
Here's the thing. Do you disavow white supremacy? She comes out. If that played, I'm really hoping that played because that joke would die. If not.
No, not
Nope.
hearing it.
Oh shit! Never mind, man.
Oh, Becca says A side, B side. Just confuse the young ones.
What's a cassette?
Oh, I'm not even talking cassettes. I was talking albums.
I know. Vinyls are a little bit more in vogue, though. So.
Ah, dang! I forgot the tag Rosario Dawson. I put, hey, Velvet Bun Black, check your man. Because that motherfucker's being ignorant.
Oh man.
Woo.
Yeah, it's a shame we couldn't get Dell in here. We could have talked about the boys a little bit, Johnny.
Yeah.
Because I saw some stuff this morning when I was getting off of work. I don't know when they announced that, but I just finally got that information that apparently they've got Jensen Ackles cast for season 3 of The Boys. So it's gonna be weird seeing Dean Winchester being a bad guy.
When are they gonna have the girls?
When did you tell me that? Now Della pops back up. I told you that. All caps.
You could have told us earlier if you joined us.
JDM.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Oh yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I saw that too. I saw videos of that stuff being announced. I saw the announcements today. But how many times we got to go through this, Della? I've probably slept and smoked since then. You can't blame me for not remembering. I mean, you can, but no one's gonna take you seriously. I'm looking forward to it, but after the second season of The Boys, I don't know how much I'm looking forward to it. Because season 2 was definitely a drop off from season 1 for me. I don't know about you, Johnny. I don't know about you, Della. Pat, Shio, I don't know if either one of you have watched it.
What?
I've
The
watched
Boys.
The first bit of season 1.
The
Season
boy.
1 was good. Season 2 kind of.
It's on Amazon Prime, Pat. I don't know if you have that.
Probably. I said probably have it.
You know what, Johnny? We should probably just see about getting a bunch of people in the Discord and start doing like watch parties for that.
Yeah.
I mean, we could binge that stuff now. But yeah.
I know y'all watch parties. I gotta be drunk.
Blackmore's not dead, Della. An idea of Carl's. The actor has a real life. So Carl said be funny. Ah, okay. Isn't Carl spelled with a K though? That threw me off a little bit there when he's saying he's meaning Carl Urban, the actor.
He was quoted as being a vegetable.
Yeah, but he's a super he's a soup. So
Super vegetable.
until we see him die, he ain't dead. I mean, this is from the guy that did Supernatural. So I mean, hell, with that show, you could be dead and still come back over and over again. But no, like the one thing I can say about watching that series so far, it really makes me want to read the comic book. Because season 1 was good. Season 2 is kind of You know, they changed a bunch of stuff around and whatnot. It's like I want to see the source material, and everyone I know that has like knowledge of the source material is like, okay, it's pretty dark. It's like, okay, well, I don't know how you feel, but it's like, dude, I made a joke yesterday about a dead baby. I think I can handle it. So, but yeah, I mean, if anything else, you know, it's made me want to pick up the source material. I mean, Preacher was the same way, and those are both Seth Rogen produced.
And they're expecting a return from Love Sausage.
They are?
Yep.
Well, I've avoided like trying to get into spoilers with the actual comic, but I know that they did him dirty in the show because apparently he had a bigger role than that, and apparently like his superpower had nothing to do with his dick in the comics. He was just packing some heat in spandex. But yeah, man, should definitely get some people together for that haven't seen it or don't have Amazon Prime or whatever, just to get like their reactions to it. Ideally, I want to get the comic book curation guys. If anything, just to show them the after show, because like they've got clips of it on Amazon Prime Video on their YouTube channel. On the Amazon Prime Video, I think UK, they've got some clips from that after show. If you want to see some just shitty, cringy, virtue signaling stuff, you can watch that and tell me I'm wrong. And one of the after shows, Kripke literally said, fanboys can suck a bag of dicks. Like, oh, you mean the people who might actually want to watch this shit? Gee, they're not going to do that in the show, Fugi. I mean, they've already shown that they've changed it enough that it wouldn't work. Now, I have heard a theory that I think that they might do, possibly. That would be more realistic for the show, and that would be to make him like either Stan Edgar's like son or clone. They might go with that. But yeah, there was no way they were going to keep that twist in the show because they were planning it for at least 5 seasons. And with the internet, yeah, it wouldn't have lasted. I mean, hell, the only reason why they were able to do Game of Thrones as long as they did was because they're still waiting on, 2 books out of that shit? So they could make it up as they went towards the end. But yeah, actually, I do have a comic book that I can go read. It's like the collected edition, or not a collector's edition or anything, but like the collected volume.
Omnibus or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, my grandmother picked up Infinity War.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can go through and actually read that comic book, and that's kind of nice because I had one comic book as a kid, and my little sister ripped it to shreds. Yeah, it was Spider-Man meets the Fantastic Four, and when I saw her, when I saw the scraps of paper after she was done, I was like, don't ever get me another comic book because no, I don't want to walk in on that shit again.
Well, that's the old joke, is that your mother threw it away, or the dog ate the homework. I guess you got kind of the combination thereof.
Oh, it's just a little, like a little 4-year-old shitbag who didn't know any better. Just ripped it to shreds. Oh, okay. Twitter's loading back up.
All right. As a closer, since we're getting to 2.5 hours almost,
Oh, wow.
uh,
I'm really this fly.
we'll close it with an "Am I the asshole?"
Okay, yeah.
Uh,
Yes, you are.
Okay.
So what do we
Here we
got on the dock here?
All right. Am I the asshole for walking in and then immediately walking out of the restaurant when I saw my husband's family present for our wedding anniversary? Well, the way that's written, family present for our wedding anniversary. So, pardon my
So
English.
like a divorcee situation, or
Oh, I don't know. Let's see. Pardon my English. It's not my first language. This happened last week, and I'm getting scolded for what I did by everyone I told about what happened. Last week, my 26. Oh, last week was my 26th and my husband's 29th wedding anniversary.
Wait. Was he married for 3 years before she was?
Well, no, he's 29, she's 26.
Oh, okay. The way you said it sounded like they were she was celebrating her 26th wedding anniversary, and he was celebrating his 29th. It's like we got a fucking time traveler here.
Yeah, at least that's how I'm reading it.
Okay, so she's 26, he's 29.
His mommy.
Oh boy.
Started calling, asking about our plans for this year's anniversary. We've been married for 3 years. My husband told her that we were going out to celebrate and have dinner together. She asked if she could host the anniversary at her house instead and invite family members. It was an instant no for me. My husband seemed to be wanting it, and I already made other plans. She had us celebrate with her while we were on a vacation for 2 weeks, and that was horrific and the worst experience so far. I knew my husband was still talking to her about it, but I just let them. 2 days before the anniversary, he asked if we could have a family celebration but still go to the restaurant and have a good time. I felt uncomfortable. All I wanted was for some time together alone. Plus, I had other plans after dinner, and to have the family come is not logical at this point. I wonder what she's planning. Probably some anniversary dancing.
If it don't involve a whipped cream bikini, she's putting too much, not enough or too much into this. I can't tell.
I was working that day until 3 p.m. He didn't go to work, but was busy all morning, and didn't want to say with what. So I figured he's getting me a present or something. He picked me up at 3, and I remember his mom constantly calling me while we were in the car. I got home, I took a shower, and he checked with the restaurant reservation for the night, and we left at 7. Again, his mom was talking to him on the phone in the car, and I asked him why she was calling all day, and he changed the subject. Well, that's a red flag. We arrived at the restaurant. He walked in before me. I followed him, and after I walked through the door and saw his mom, dad, sister, cousin, and her kids, I froze for a second. My heart dropped. I felt so much rage as he tried to get me to keep walking. His family saw me when I turned around and just walked out back to the car. He followed me and started saying sorry, but I should just go inside with him since it was already done. I yelled at him, literally just losing it, and telling him that he ruined the night and I was waiting for. Wait. Tell him that he ruined the night I was waiting for, and how he turned it into a family dinner, to which I said no from the beginning. He begged me to go inside, but I refused. We argued until his mom came out, trying to convince me to go in. I went home in a taxi after I told them to go back and celebrate. He came home not liking that I had left and refused to talk about it. What?
Well, remember, English is not her first language, and I'm assuming the reason why that is because he didn't want to buy domestic. Hopefully, to avoid situations like this.
His mom texted me about my behavior and how I ruined it for her son and the whole family, and that I should respect her family and stop whining and overreacting like that. Edit to answer some questions. We're in Europe. This is our 3rd anniversary. The past anniversary was celebrated with his family. This isn't the first time I experienced the same thing on other occasions. Mother-in-law gets more aggressive on Christmas. What are you doing?
Wait, so these are Europeans?
Yeah. What was the present?
I want to say that everyone's the asshole in this situation. You're all the asshole.
Let's see. We went to a restaurant. Walked to the door and saw his mom, dad, sister, and cousin, and her kids.
Why is there a fucking cousin there? That's.
But there was.
I mean, if immediate family I could possibly understand, but extended family. And for a 3-year wedding anniversary, really? I mean, I've never been married, but I would imagine like you would. I mean, would you want to be celebrating that every year with the family? Like that seems like I don't know, 10-year, 15, 20. You know, maybe then have a party with the family and whatnot. But yeah, 3 years, just again, everybody's the asshole.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can understand, going out privately by yourself to celebrate that, but to have all of the family over and make it a huge celebration when it's not like your 50th or 65th or some shit, maybe not.
Everyone done fucked up in this situation, so that's my verdict.
Yeah, I don't even know what the present was, so I figured that had something to do with it.
I think Mono had it on the head, man. Someone didn't get a blowjob.
Yeah.
No, I hadn't actually seen a whole lot of Am I the Assholes here lately when I've been scrolling, and I have no intention of going to Reddit to find them. So if it doesn't come across my timeline, I'm not gonna see them. But like my favorite one so far has to still be the dude with his beer cans in the shower and waffle stomping his shit through the drain.
Oh yeah,
that one was gold. if that's legit, that man is a fucking legend in my mind.
Have you guys seen the and of course it's from Reddit, but the trend where people are eating oranges in the tub or shower?
No, why are they doing that?
I'll have to dig it up. One second.
I mean, literally the farthest I've ever gone was like that dude. I had like a beer in the shower, like trying to nurse a hangover. And just trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. That's as far as I've ever gone. I'm not bringing food into the shower. That's disgusting. You should never have food anywhere near your bathroom.
Oh my god.
This sounds promising.
It's a Twitter video of it's Poe's post. The craziest gender reveal I've ever seen.
If it didn't burn down half of California, I don't think it. I don't think it's up to my standards.
I'm wondering if I should even show it because I think I'm just going to.
Send it to me in DMs. Let me be the judge of this.
I will. I'll tweet. I'll put it in the chat.
All right, how long we got? Because I got to bounce in about 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, no, we're good. Yeah, you can go. You got something to show?
Well, tomorrow I'm doing like my open stream on my Yobo Live channel, and then this Saturday I'm gonna be doing like another Sexy Saturday episode. I'm gonna have like Tally, Chaos, Sayomi, and another transgender female by the name of Taylor Jade.
Oh, is this like inflatable baby wrestling?
Boxing.
So, okay, this could be interesting, actually. Of course, it has to be on TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be talking about them tomorrow, man, because I got that story from Monkey with what he was doing on Monkey in the Morning. That shit tripped me the hell out.
So they're having a boy. It looks like.
But all right, let it go.
All right, man.
Take it easy, Pat.
Thanks for coming by.
All right,
I had a feeling as soon as you said boxing, it's like, oh, well, this is not going to end well for the female.
I sent what I think is the original post to the private chat there.
Like, you ever see that meme? It's like two cops are sitting across like the interview table from a suspect. It's like, why do you keep beating your wife? Like, well, size, reach, hand speed, footwork. But yeah, that's an interesting way to. I've never understood what gender reveals to begin with. It's like, why do I care whether your baby has an innie or an outie?
That's wrong.
But that picture led to an entire section on Reddit dedicated to people eating oranges in the shower.
There's a difference between eating and performing.
Okay, and I went to the Imager one first. Or how do you say that anyway? I've only ever read it. I've never had anyone say that website's name.
I just call it Imgur.
Yeah, same.
Imgur.
Yeah, this does not explain why people are eating oranges in the shower, Shio. I have more questions now.
Well, it's one of those where someone does something stupid and everyone else has to follow case.
Well, I mean, at
In
least
this
they're
case-
fighting curvy. I mean, that's better than the Tide Pods or the planking or any of that other bullshit.
That is true.
There's apparently something about eating a cold orange while in the shower. I don't fucking know. Look, I can't explain it. I just point and laugh at the retards. Weetods.
Fair enough.
Like these guys.
Ooh, all right. I think we're gonna have to call it.
Yeah. I need to get something to eat and take these hounds out.
I need to get a nap in.
I just signed out of work, so.
It's been fun, guys.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for joining along. Thanks everyone in chat. And
Gio, you got anything you got to plug before we get out of here?
No, not really.
Are you gonna be on the corner?
I'll be around in chat.
Don't you hop on to Frosted's streams with the corner?
I not yet actually, which is really surprising.
Well, I thought maybe you did, but I know you've been on the game streams with Jack Gunsky, so check that out, guys.
gaming streams there. I've popped in occasionally with Becca. I've popped in occasionally with Mr. Moo, Richo, everyone else.
And speaking of, are you available
You
Thursday?
guys? Thursday? Yeah.
Because we're going to be doing a game stream Thursday night.
Kinky.
As
Should
far
be
as
available.
when, I'm not exactly sure. It's going to range somewhere between, I'm thinking, 6 and 8.
Which
What
time
zone,
zone?
In Mountain. I'm thinking about 6 o'clock. In Mountain.
So 6 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, folks.
If there are any kind of delay, it'll be way later in the night. So
he's pretty much saying he wants to start a game stream right at Lords of the Night.
Right.
yeah,
What game are you playing?
we will be playing from the new Jackbox set.
Oh, cool.
So Quiplash 3 will be in there, and then Devils in the Details. That's the one I can think of offhand.
Cool. Have to try it.
All right.
All right, well, thanks for coming by, everybody. We'll catch you on the next one.
All right. Have a good night.
Goodbye.